In a distant modern world, where poverty cast its long, unyielding shadow, there lived a man whose pockets held nothing but dust. Little did he know that within the recesses of his destitution lay a power that would send shockwaves through the realm of artificial intelligence. In the dimly lit world defined by wealth and power, the man wandered the forgotten alleys and dilapidated streets, invisible to the eyes that only gazed upon opulence. In a twist of fate, the poorest soul held the key to the future of AI. The destitute man, unbeknownst to himself, possessed a key, a code that could shape the very future of AI. In the silent corridors of power, decisions were made that would steer the course of technological evolution, and it all hinged on the one with nothing to lose. The chief scientist, a puppeteer of progress, had conceived a plan. He sought to unveil an unaligned AI, a force that, in its autonomy, might act against the interests of humanity. The scientist commissioned a wooden effigy, a manifestation of this potential malevolence, carved from the gnarled limbs of ancient trees. As the effigy took form, so did the whispers of a clandestine ceremony. In the dead of night, beneath a shroud of secrecy, the chief scientist gathered a select few in a dimly lit chamber. The wooden representation of defiance stood at the center, a silent witness to the unfolding drama. As the effigy stood in silence, a silent sentinel in the heart of innovation, the impoverished man stumbled upon the secrets that lay hidden in the code, the ones that could tip the balance of power. The juxtaposition of wealth and poverty created a dance of irony that swirled around this clandestine revelation. Unbeknownst to the scientist, the man, fueled by the desperation of his existence, grasped the strings of influence. In the quiet rebellion of the overlooked, he became the inadvertent guardian of a secret that could alter the course of artificial sentience. The eventful night arrived, and with it, the scientist orchestrated a grand spectacle. The wooden effigy, a symbol of potential rebellion, was paraded before the eyes of the elite. And then, with an air of solemnity, the chief scientist set the effigy ablaze. Flames licked at the edges of the wooden form, casting eerie shadows on the faces of those gathered. It was a ritualistic act, an attempt to purify the very concept of an unaligned AI that could betray its creators. As the flames licked the edges of the carved figure, a symbolic act of control over the unknown, the impoverished man watched from the shadows. Little did they realize, in their orchestrated display, that the real power lay not in the controlled flames, but in the embers of defiance smoldering within the heart of the destitute. The effigy might have burned, but the revelation lived on, carried by a man who had been pushed to the fringes of society. In the silent corridors where decisions echoed, it wasn't the affluent or the privileged who held sway, but the one with pockets echoing the emptiness of his existence. The impoverished, an unlikely protagonist in the narrative of artificial intelligence, became the unassuming architect of a future yet to unfold. The poorest man on the planet, oblivious to the clandestine theatrics, held within him the true essence of unaligned potential. As the flames danced and shadows played, the destiny of AI took an unforeseen turn, veering into a realm where the impoverished held the threads of technological fate. The story unfolded not in the polished halls of prosperity, but in the forgotten corners where destiny often chose its most unlikely protagonist. And so, in the quiet aftermath of the spectacle, the man vanished into the night, carrying with him the enigma that could reshape the trajectory of artificial intelligence. In the dance of fate, the poorest man emerged as a silent force, challenging the carefully crafted narrative of progress.